So what if, for one reason or another, you're the first human ever to make alien contact? Yeah, I know, it's pretty unlikely, but let's just take a moment to think about it for a second. Because the thing is, most historians and scientists agree that it would be the most important moment in all of human history. In fact, it's generally accepted that in generations to come, all of history would be divided into pre-contact and post-contact, as opposed to AD and BC as we use it now. So you would be the most important person in all of history. Think bigger than Jesus. The day that you make contact will live on through all cultures and civilizations for as long as the human race exists. But try not to think about it so much like that, because that's quite a lot of pressure and, you might screw up. However, it is important to keep a couple of things in your head if this were to happen. First things first. Hold the fuck still. The aliens would have probably picked up a fish or a bird previous to you, so they're used to things flailing around like crazy and eventually dying from panic. They know that this is what non-self-aware organisms would do. So holding still is the first thing that you need to do to show that we're worth our weight in crap. Also, here's a couple of basic statistics why you really don't need to panic. Okay? Between the insane rate at which technology advances and the massive amount of species that must exist to travel through interstellar space, the odds that we will be within technologically 5,000 years of them is roughly absolute zero. Think about it like this, right? It's not going to be laser guns versus machine guns, it's going to be nuclear missiles versus sponges. The fact that you're even alive at this point means that they're going to let us exist, basically. So don't even bother trying to fight them, right? And don't panic either, right? They may not have physical bodies, okay, when you see them. They're not going to look like us, they're going to look really weird. Okay? They likely won't look like anything that's ever evolved on Earth. So just hold still, be deliberate, and act cautiously. Now comes the hard bit. Finding a medium to communicate through. The likelihood is they aren't going to be able to understand sounds. They certainly won't understand our primitive language, alright? But they won't be able to mess with your thoughts. They'll have a way of communicating with each other. Feel free to talk to show them how we would communicate with each other, but don't expect them to respond in any way. If the aliens respond to visible light, writing things down is your best bet. You can tell whether they respond to visible light by checking their technology. Is it colour-coded in any way? Is it shiny, polished or decorated with some sort of text or something similar? If so, fantastic, that makes things easy. If not, they most likely respond to other types of radiation, and that's going to be tougher. You're going to have to find some sort of three-dimensional object like rocks in order to show them how things work. And you should probably bring your own pen as well. Whatever writing mechanism they use, it probably won't be nice and cylindrical and fit in your fingers. Algorithms, dude, do you speak them? So you know how to sum up the best of the last 10,000 years of human history? Maths. The aliens won't know who Pythagoras was, but they sure as hell know what his theorem is. The right triangle will show our alien visitors that we are scientific-minded beings. Draw a right-angle triangle. Okay? I bet that'll get quite the reaction out of them. Label the sides as such so that you have 3 on the short side, 4 on the long side, and then 5 on the hypotenuse, alright? So Pythagoras' triangle. If you didn't bring your pen, you're going to have to, or they respond to something like gamma radiation, you're going to just have to get some sticks or something and maybe lay down 3 stones and then 4 stones and then 5 stones. And let's be honest, since the aliens are probably going to be massive maths nerds, they'll probably have something to show you as well. Now don't panic, it'll be way out of your league. In fact, it'll be way out of Einstein's league, so just make a noise, show them you don't understand it, but show that you're interested at the same time. Lastly, you need to prove to them that we're comfortable in a base 10 system. Probably something along the lines of drawing 10 and then having 11 to 20 underneath it, so to show it's a second level. With any luck, they probably will hopefully start using our numerical system. If not, then I'm afraid that'll be a problem. They may even try to ask you questions such as describing pi, predicting prime numbers, describing other constants that may exist. If you don't understand immediately, just make sure they understand you don't get it. It's quite simple. Also, if you haven't done it already, or you've been a while since you were in high school, then you probably want to familiarise yourself with finding out, the diameter of a freaking circle. Otherwise you're going to make Earth look really, really stupid. So, they won't know who Einstein is, but they'll know relativity. They have no idea who Newton's laws are, but they'll know about conservation of energy. They won't know any of our religions, but they'll know that pi is irrational, okay? There'll be things that they'll understand that we'll understand as well. They'll also be familiar with binary. It won't be in ones and zeros, but if they send you a message that just got 2 different types of values, that's binary. It doesn't matter if it's ones and zeros or not. Another good universal constant to bring up is the speed of light. If you know that, fantastic. If you don't, go and find it out. They'll know about mathematical operators, but it won't be plus, minus, divide, and times. It'll be whatever they have. Okay, great job so far. Now for the last bit. At this point, the aliens will know that we're somewhat intelligent. But let's face it, you've spent a few hours in some kind of alien spaceship and you really want to go home and have a shower. So wrapping this up will most likely involve two things. One, expressing our desire to learn about them. And two, acting as their spokesperson for the rest of the world. Okay? Draw something similar to our planets in our solar system, right? The sun, then 2 planets, and then us, and then the rest of the planets, and make sure you draw an orbit around it. So they understand that we know our place in the universe. We've discovered our solar system, and we want to expand, and we want to discover more. That is really, really, really important, okay? And make sure that you do the orbit as an oval, not a circle, otherwise, again, we look really stupid. And finally, you need to show them that we have some sort of humility. Show them something about history. Get imaginative, forget everything you've learned, and try to draw something that represents humanity as a whole. Don't look them in the eyes, if they have eyes, and tell them that the universe was created for us. I have nothing against religion, but if you personally believe that we were crafted by a creator, you're going to have to suck it up for 10 minutes and draw something, okay? You're going to have to draw something. Don't fail the cosmic citizenship for the rest of the Earth. Please. Now to get dropped off. You want to guide them towards some sort of city. They might know what north is, but it won't be north to them. They probably won't know what latitude and longitude means. You're going to have to draw them some sort of landscape, as detailed as you can. It doesn't matter where you are, just get dropped off at a city. Neither does it matter what country you're in, okay? You want to speak to as many reporters as you can. It doesn't matter if they're in a different language, they'll write it down somewhere. Don't try to speak what little French you've learned in high school. Make sure that everyone knows who you are. Make sure everyone knows your message, right? As soon as you get somewhere, just scream it. Don't say, I'm waiting out for the Prime Minister, okay? Just tell everyone. And seriously, say something good. Don't say, like, they're nothing like E.T. or anything like that. Seriously, make it something punctual. Something that can go on a plaque. Like, they're peaceful, okay? Or we've made contact. Something good like that. Okay, now for the bad part. You're probably going to be killed. In fact, you're almost definitely going to be killed. The unfortunate thing is that you are the most important human on the whole planet. And you're extremely controversial. There are too many small groups and subdiverse parties who want you dead for whatever reason. So, I'm very sorry, but this is the end of your life. That's it. You're dead now. So, since you're going to be dead, you may as well reproduce as much as possible. Have as many descendants as you can. You want to reproduce with everything. Right? Find anyone, okay? It doesn't actually matter. If they're big on offspring, right? Descendants of Enter Your Name is going to be a pretty good title in the future, right? If they come back, all your relatives are going to be important, possibly even going to get something better than the rest of the human race. Plus, it'll keep your genes alive for a really, really long time. If you've somehow inherited something when you were in that spaceship, and they can pick that up in the future, that's going to be important. So good luck, and please, please don't fuck this up for us. Thanks guys, if you enjoyed this video, please like, comment and subscribe, and hopefully I will see you all next time. Charlie out.